Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Thursday. We are going to work on our monthly kit. I have the blocks here and I also have the little freebie turkey here. It's a turkey. Oh my goodness, guys. It is going to be so cute. Let me get over to my page. I usually have it ready, but it is not ready. So let me do that. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So let me do this. Let me get to this post. Let me turn on my volume. How is everybody? Happy Thursday. Okay, so first I want to start out saying that they are more than halfway through all this snowball freebie transfers. So if you want one, make sure that you grab that today. We are not guaranteed that we'll make it through in another entire day with that. They bought a certain amount because it is a freebie, you know, can't buy thousands and thousands and thousands. I don't know how many thousands they bought, but they bought thousands, but they can't buy 100,000. Anyways, if you want your cute little snowball transfer, make sure that you do your $60 purchase on the Chalk Couture website because guys, it's going fast and it is so cute. You know what I did? I walked around my my house and I found things that I can do with it. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This cute little transfer. I found a bunch of metal surfaces that I can use this on, and I'm so excited because there's and then I bought the snowballs on Amazon. So I'm going to be doing that project. My transfer is going to be here today. So I'm hoping to get things going so that I can get some made for my craft show. But my craft show, we set up on Sunday, Monday, but we don't open until Thursday next week. So I still have one full week until opening, and it's in the evening. So I still have time to get them done, but I'm gonna make some cutie patootie little buckets of the snowballs and use that transfer on it. I plan to do that. So my order shows I did it overnight shipping. My order shows it's actually supposed to be here today. We'll see. It doesn't always happen. So I have the cutest little thing that we're doing today. I have it in the house thing so that I could show you, but it's hard for you to see. And then the freebie little turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. And I'm just gonna do this. Let me turn it around. We know how that camera is. Okay, so we have our turkey, and then it says gather, and then we have our pilgrims. And then if you buy, I should put this as an option to buy by itself if you want to. So this is your freebie if you buy the door sign insert and the blocks, you get this freebie. So yeah, it's up. I have posted it. It is there. I also posted so let me see if I can get the door sign insert. So, yep, there it is. Okay, let me show you that. So this is going to be the insert for the door sign. Isn't that cute? So pumpkins, pilgrims, and the turkey. And it says give thanks. Okay. So if you buy that insert and these blocks, then you get the free turkey. He's big. I made him as big as I could. I usually try to use up all of the wood when I'm doing the project. So that takes 3 sheets of wood for all that. And then, where's the ornaments? Oh, I have them not painted right here. So, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, no, that's not it. That's not it. I'll show you the not painted one. I don't have it. It didn't upload. Sometimes things don't upload on here. So the ornaments are adorable. They are moose. I have moose ornaments and other little things. So with the Christmas one, you will get the 4 ornaments and then your freebies, that tall standing moose. So for $20, you get all of that goodness there. And also, I have additional things that I posted that you can purchase, and they're on sale until tonight. Maybe I should extend the sale. Should I extend the sale? Because some of you guys don't get paid till Friday. Should I extend the sale till tomorrow night at midnight? You guys let me know what you think, because some of you guys don't get paid until tomorrow, and I have the 30% off sale. So monthly kits are never, oh, let me put you down to this. Monthly kits are never discounted by the sale because they're already discounted. So I've already included a discount in all of this. But the additional items that you can get to go with the Christmas one, those are you could do those at 30% off. Why don't I have pictures? I don't have pictures in here. I have pictures on my website. I posted everything on my website, and they are adorable. Like, here is the cute little Merry and Bright moose. If you like moose, like I like moose, you're gonna love it. And then this little moose with the trees, you can get all that at 30% off. So I think I should extend the sale till tomorrow night, or should I do it through the weekend? I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to get too many orders. We have a lot of orders in the queue. We probably have about 15, 16 orders. And we'll get like 6 done and 6 more come in. But I love being able to give you guys a discount. So maybe I will go ahead and I'll extend the sale, and Tara will just have to deal with it without me being there next week. Okay, let me share it to VIP group, and then I'm gonna see who's here. But lots of goodness coming. Who got their snowball transfer ordered yesterday? When you did your order, who got their snowball transfer? Mine should be with mine. It better be. I'm not gonna be happy if I ordered and it doesn't come with it. Let me get this shared to the group. To the, where is it? Where is my channel? Why does it not say my channel? That's weird. It doesn't have my channel on here this time. That is a weird thing. It always has the channel. That's weird. Is it not letting me share to my channel today? Okay, I'll have to do it some another way. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's not letting me share it to the channel. Okay. Well, I could do a link. Oh, there we go. Now it popped up. Finally. Okay. I'll just put good morning. Okay. All right. Then that alerts all the people in the channel. So it actually sends them a message. All right, guys. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Okay. Let me put myself in the corner. Darling, go to the corner. There you go. We're going to paint today. We're going to attempt to do all of this goodness here. Hi, Karen Ross. How are you? Hi, Sherry. Hi, Laura. Good morning, Barb. Hi, Julie. Hey, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning, Vicki. Hi, Doris. Hi, Dawn. Hey, thank you, Cheryl. I know, it's so cute. Good morning, Carrie. Hi, Janine. Hey, Betty. How are you? Hi, Jenny. Good morning, Chris. You got one, Julie? Yay. I know, I got one too. So extend till Friday. Okay, I'll do that. I will do that. And you got yours too, Cheryl. Awesome. I love that. Hey, Pam, how are you? Good morning. Okay, so let's take these blocks out. So these are in the little house. The house is too big for the whole screen. Unless I show you all my messiness here. So I do put a little piece of blue painter's tape in there. Probably time to put a new one to help hold the block, because I don't want the block to be too tight. The reason is that if you're in a humid area, the wood might swell just a tiny bit and the blocks get stuck. And I've had that happen here when it was rainy season. And I make it just slightly smaller than the area so that it will come out. Okay, so we're going to attempt to, I don't know if there's going to be room to do this little turkey. Okay, one of those we don't need. We just need part of that. Let's take all of this goodness. We're going to move this. Let's bring in our board. I have my board here ready. You guys, it is always a zoo at my house. Hi, Donna. How are you? Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is having a good day so far. Mine just started. It is currently 6:48 a.m. at where I live. Okay, let me put this up here. I'm going to scooch that over and we'll start bringing in our stuff. Now, there's bigger pieces this time. So sometimes there's tiny pieces, and it makes it more difficult for me and for Tara. Okay, turkey hands. Those are the hands. Okay, those are brown. The head is brown. I try to group things together that are the same color. His beacon is wattle and his eyeballs. Okay, and then we have the back part. So I might have to pull this off to do this. The feathers, or you could tape it. You could tape in between if you wanted to. Okay, and then we have our pumpkins. Our pumpkins they're both going to be the same color, but you could do your pumpkins different colors if you want to. I'm going to do both of mine spice pumpkin, and then we'll do shading. But you can, if you want to do it. Will you post the link? Yes, I will post the link. Okay, perfect. Thank you for asking. I'm always one of those that needs a little reminder. I appreciate you. Let me get... Okay, so this one, oh yeah, I'll just post the link to the collection is what I'll do. I'll post the link to the collection for, whoops, that's not the correct one. Let me get to the correct one. To the 2025 monthly kits. Okay, so I'll post that, share that collection. There's a couple of steps to doing it. Thanks for asking, Cheryl. You're always so good about that. Here's the link for this kit, okay? And then I'm going to give you the link. I'm just going to make it easy for you. I'll give you the link for the Christmas one. So the Christmas one, I already have pictures. That's why we're doing this one today, so that I can get pictures for this one. Sometimes I used to be able to get everything done, and I feel like I just have so much more responsibility. I had a 2-hour Zoom meeting last night. And I was even late to my Zoom meeting, guys. I don't know what happened. I briefly fell asleep in my chair. I did. I'm being honest. I briefly fell asleep in my chair. I was late to my Zoom meeting, but I had a 2-hour Zoom meeting last night, and it was a good one. It was a good one. I learned a lot. So it was a Chocator one. Okay, so gather, and then we're going to do our cute little pilgrims, and then we'll get another board and we'll do the turkey, the turkey stander by itself. Okay, so we have there's not a line here, but just assume that, I need flesh tone color out. Okay, so I'll grab that color. Sometimes it's like, okay, I got all my colors. Nope, you don't, Darlene. Nope, you don't. Okay, so hat is going to be black. The hat band is going to be white. There's not a separate buckle piece on this one. Okay, I'm going to do the buttons. They're going to be brown. So it'll be white for that, and then we'll do the buckle after. And then this is white. So... let me get my flesh color for their faces. I like to use, for their faces, I use warm beige. You can use any color that you want to. All right. So, hey, Lori, how are you? Okay, so let me get the next board. I do know I need to put new tape on it. Okay, so I just save the cardboard. When I get something from Chocator, I save my cardboard. And then I roll a little piece of tape up in the center. So this is just an additional board. I'll use this for the turkey stander. So that's your freebie that you're going to get if you order the blocks and the insert for the door. Okay, so I just take my tape and I pull a piece and I roll the ends under. So I have a little rolled piece in the center to help hold that down. I roll the ends under. And this way I can put my pieces on here. I don't like to sit and hold pieces while I paint. I've done it like this for over 30 years now. Probably coming up pretty close to 40 years. One of these days I'm going to say, I've been doing this 40 years. I've been doing it a long time, guys. So I am over 60 now. Am I over 60 or did I just, you know what? I always have to look and see. Okay, I always have to check. So I'm over 60. I'm 61. I was born in 64 and this is 2025. I am 61 years young. Okay, 61 years young. And I have been doing my crafts since my early 20s. I've been doing craft shows here for 39 years. I've been doing craft shows for 39 years. A long time. Many moons. Many, many moons, guys. All right, so there's my tape. Sorry for the noise. It is kind of noisy pulling that off of there because it's at the end. Okay, we have fresh tape. Yay. Okay, let's bring in our turkey. This is our turkey standard that is free. Should I post this for those that don't want to get the door insert, but that want to purchase this on their own? Because I can do that. Look at how cute. So very blessed. Because we are so very blessed in our lives. Sometimes we might not think so, but we are. There's a trash guy out there. Not my trash guy. My trash guy came yesterday. Okay, so the pumpkins, the pumpkins are separate. So you paint, yeah. You know what? I'm trying to think, how's this going to fit on here best? Is it going to fit? It's going to fit better like this. Let's move the head around. Okay. Are you ready to paint? I'm ready to paint. Okay, yeah, I'll post the turkey by itself because this would be so cute on your Thanksgiving table. Okay, so when I get done here, I'll post it by itself because you're born in 1953. Yay! That's awesome. You're 74. What? Oh, wow. See? We're all young still. And Laura says she's 40 this year. Girl, you are a baby. You may not feel like it, but you're a baby still. No, some people might not want to be called a baby, but you are still young, girlfriend. You know what? Here's the thing. I feel like age is in our mind. And I always tell you that with my crafter friends, I'm the youngest. I'll always be the youngest. Okay. So they always tell me, you're still young. I'm like, but my body's feeling old this year. You know, there's some years like I feel like I went through a lot this year with going on my trip to Africa and having oops, I got too much. I'm getting messy now. Getting COVID with it, getting a blood clot, having the anaphylactic reaction. I have been through a lot this year. And then last year, my surgery and losing Chloe, and just, I feel like there's just been so much in the last 2 years. So sometimes our bodies just say, you know what, I might just need a little break. So we have to give ourselves more breaks. I have had to give myself more breaks this year than ever in my entire life, and that's okay. It's okay to say, okay, I'm going to do white for this. I just want a little bit, but I'm going to use that for the sign when I get to the other board. Okay, so I'm going to do, eyeballs are going to be white, and the words so very blessed. I love that. So very blessed. Instead of just blessed, we are so very blessed. Anyways, sometimes your body will say, hey, girlfriend, you need to have a rest. And it makes us tired, so we have to rest. And I found that this year more than any ever time in my life. I have found that my body has talked to me and spoke to me and told me all the things that I need to do and not do. So, oh my goodness, guys. Hey, Darlene Barr, how are you? Lori, you have 10 years on me. Oh gosh. Well, you know what? That's okay. 10 years is nothing, girlfriend. All my craft show friends, you know, I'm the young one, but I love it. I love being the young one. But I'll always be the young one. I will always, always, always be the young one. Okay, so I had watered down brown for that. I'm going to use watered down brown on these. And I'm going to do white for the center. So I'm going to use regular brown that's not watered down for the head part. Okay, and the hands. So I'm just letting you guys know. So this is milk chocolate is what I'm using. I think I actually had to mix something with this because this one was watered down too the other day. So I think I mixed burnt umber. So this one is a mixture, but pretend it is milk chocolate. So I always say, you know what, it's in your mind. Your age is in your mind. Oh, I have 2 yellows. I must have really needed some deep okra. I have 2 of them out here. Morning, Mary Beth. How are you? Hey, Doris. Yes, we've talked about you have to give yourself grace. Absolutely. We have to do that in many ways. In many ways, we have to give ourselves grace and say, you know what? It's okay that you cannot do everything. It's okay. All right, so these 2 feathers are going to be deep okra, and then his beak is going to be deep okra. I have a smaller little angle brush. An angle brush is just that. It's at an angle. So this one was probably a Hobby Lobby brush, but I get a lot of my angle brushes off of Amazon. They come in a little package and there's a whole bunch of them, and I love that. I love just getting a whole bunch of different sizes. And I think it's $7.99 for the ones that I get, and they last me a long time. But I'll get like 4 sets so that I have them, and then when they're worn out, I just toss them because they're so inexpensive. I think there's 8 in there, so basically they're like $1 a piece, and to me that's a good price. That is a good price for a brush, $1 a piece. Okay, so getting my little feathers. I think I'm just going to end up putting 1 coat. I kind of want the lines to show through, and I think with 1 coat it will. So how are you guys doing? What do you have planned for the weekend? I have craft show set up on Sunday. I was hoping I could do it on Saturday, but no such luck. No such luck, even though I don't think they're having an event there. I think they just don't want us into the building. I don't know. It's kind of a weird feeling, not being wanted. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. Don't start any rumors. Don't you start any rumors, guys. Okay. All right. I need to do orange, and then the stem part will be brown. We should probably, well, we could choose a different brown. We probably should choose a different brown for the stem. Like maybe we should do, I'm looking over here. I'm looking at my colors to see what we have. How's about, no wait, I don't see sable. Why don't I see sable brown? I don't see sable brown. What's up here? Who's on first? I don't see sable brown. Well, maybe we'll just mix some brown and do a lighter brown, just to have a lighter brown in there. Okay. All right. Keep going, darling. Your last 3 years have been crazy health-wise. It's glad it's in the rearview mirror. Yes. Yes. Doing the best you can to, yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, that's all we can do. Spiced pumpkin for this. We just have to keep going. We don't have a choice, right? To not. So Jenny says, having your second surgery in December, knee replacement, December 9th. Yay for a new knee. That's nice. So, okay, so is that what you had last time? Did you have your knee replaced this last time? I can't remember, or was it a hip? I've had so many friends having body parts replaced that I can't keep up with it. Blenda had her knee done. Mary had hers done, I think, a year ago. And then Chris had hers done, and then she had her hip done at one point. I think Blenda had a hip. It's been so much. So many people having surgeries. I can't keep up with everyone. Hey, Holly, how are you? Hi, Sandy, right? Good morning. Judy says you're starting a rumor because you feel like, you know what? Yeah, I feel like I'm not wanted sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? We deal with it. It will be fine. Life is just that way sometimes. You know, I kind of want to use alizarin crimson, but then I'm looking, well, maybe I do want it. I like to use a darker red on the feather. We'll use that. So alizarin crimson for that feather. I'm going to get a better brush. I'm going to get another angle brush because I feel like that will just work better for me. And so we're doing the first turkey. This is a freebie. This is a freebie turkey, but I will go ahead and add it. So if you order both the blocks and the front door sign, you get this free. But some people may not want the blocks, or some people may not want the front door sign. So I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to extend the sale because there were some other add-ons that match with the Christmas Club, which is moose. And who doesn't like moose? Meese. I always want to say meese because it's funny, but I love moose things. So the Christmas ornaments this month are moose ornaments, and then there's a moose stander, and then there's a couple of moose signs that go with it. Those you can get at your discount. You can't get the monthly kit. You can't get at a discounted rate because it's already discounted, and you already get the freebies and all of that. So you need to pay full price on those things. Okay, let's do these two feathers are green. I would choose dark Hauser green. I don't have it in here, but I have lush green, and that will work too. I want you guys to feel free to use whatever colors you have that work the best. If you don't have the exact color that I have, don't feel like you have to go out. Trying to get this fanned out. It's kind of stuck together. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy every new color. I don't want you guys to spend $1 bazillion on your paint colors. If you have something that's similar, use it. It doesn't have to be exact. Green is green, right? And brown is brown. You can use, there's different shades, okay? And they will be just fine. So I'm giving you permission to change it up. I don't feel like we need to spend tons of money if you already have a color, and you can mix colors too. So here's something funny. When I was at my trip with Angie and Brandy, we talked a lot about, who's my customer and that. And I said, I have the best customers, but I also have customers that have unique situations that might be on fixed incomes, and I am not going to encourage them to overspend. They have X amount of dollars that they can spend on stuff like this each month, and they know what they can spend, and they don't go over budget. And I don't want them to use a credit card to get in debt and purchase craft items. And Brandy said, you are absolutely right. I would not feel good about that either. And I said, I want them to make smart decisions because I want them to be customers for a very long time. I don't want you to be a customer until your credit card is racked up. Okay, so just be smart about it. My monthly kit is different than most people. I explained to her that my monthly kit, I don't bill you each month. I let you purchase when you can. Not everybody gets paid at the first of the month. I try to treat you with the kindness that I would want to be treated with. So she's like, she thought about that. She's like, I think that's really smart what you're doing because you know your customers. And I'm like, absolutely. I know my customers. I know what I need to do with them because it doesn't work the other way. It doesn't work to say, okay, you're being charged, and if your money's not in there, then it's going to bounce this, or you're not going to be able to pay your electric bill this month because I charged your monthly kit. So these will always be there. Don't panic. If you cannot purchase it this month, it's going to be there next month. We have all of our ones from last year in there still. So you can go back. You can catch up. Say you have a bad couple of months, you'll be able to catch up and you can get the kits later on. So, and she liked that. And it may not be the best business plan for some people, but I told her that I love my customers. I love you guys. I want my customers for a very long time. And they're not just my customers, they are my friends. So anyways, there you go. There was a little business. We talked a lot about business, Brandy and Angie and I, and you know, everybody runs their business differently. A lot of people, like I have certain kits that I'm charged at the beginning of each month, and then that person has their guaranteed income. I don't have to have that. I have my other income. I have another job. This is not my sole income. I love coming on here and teaching you guys. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you, that is my theory, and that is how I run my business. I would rather give you guys the options than not have the option to say, oh, if you don't grab it, it's gone. Nope, I don't do that ever. I don't say, unless I only have like 3 transfers, I would have to say, okay, there's only 3 transfers left. But with wood cutouts, we cut our kits out as you order them. Okay, so these kits are not cut ahead of time. I don't cut out 100 kits ahead of time. I cut them as the orders are placed. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you. So yeah, you had meniscus repair earlier, Jenny. Okay, perfect. I knew you had something done. We just all have something going on lately. Do you have a lot of craft swap? I don't have a lot of craft swap, Judy. I don't. So I'd love to go through some more things. I don't know if I'm going to have time to go through more stuff, but I would like to. You know what? I think I might just go ahead and paint this. I'm gonna add a little bit of white in there. I think I'll just grab some from the side right here and just kind of do it as I paint this. I don't have a lot of craft swap at all. I didn't get to go through my attic. I have lots of Christmas stuff in my attic, but I didn't get to go through it. I don't know what happened. I might be able to go through it next week. I might be able to, or Saturday, maybe my husband can pull stuff down and then I can just quickly tag things. What I would have would be Christmas stuff. I just don't want to devalue the Christmas stuff on my booth by putting Christmas stuff in the craft swap. I know you know what I mean. So are you still there? I hope you're still there. Hope it didn't disconnect. All right. Okay. I want to put just another coat on there. Do you have a lot of craft swap, Judy? I do have people bringing it, but if I don't have a ton of people bringing craft swap, I'll turn one of those tables into a blended area. I have a plan. I have a plan because we don't know what people are gonna do. I can always do a blended Christmas area or a blended fall area. It's I haven't looked at what you're saying. Do you, if you have a lot? I do have people responding that they're going to bring craft swap. So I'm going to kind of play it by ear. You're here. Good. Thank you. Oh, guys, thanks. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to do the white in the eyeballs, and then we'll move this, and then also there's black in, oh no, the black in the eyeballs and the black in the beak. So let me do that, and then we'll move this to the side. It can be drying completely, and I'm going to grab a Clorox wipe, and then we'll paint all of the rest of the other one, and then we'll come back and we'll do our inking. So there's still a lot to do, but isn't this cute? This is pretty basic. This is pretty basic. Lasts you for a bit. Okay. Oh, you don't have any because of junk trail. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah, I know some people have some and some don't, and that's okay. We'll just have a smaller area and we'll do a blended area. I always have a backup plan when we're doing everything, and I always have with my other craft shows. I have a backup plan. You know, we can do a blended area If we have somebody that doesn't show up, which can happen sometimes, you can always throw a blended area in there. You can always give somebody else extra space. there's always plan B. So, okay, I'm gonna do with my stylus, I'm gonna do little, it's kind of looks like a sesame seed. I'm gonna do the nostrils. Okay. That nostril got a little bit bigger than what I wanted it to, but it's okay. It's okay. Let me just shape it. I'll just make the other one a little bit bigger. All right. So I'm just using the stylus. And then I need to do the eyeball part. And it is just kind of like a half moon. A half moon shape in there. And then we'll kind of shade that later. So just going to put that in there just like a moon that's like that. It looks like an upside down C in a way. And then we'll set this to the side. This can all be drying. Okay. All right. There's the eyeballs. Okay. All right. We're going to be doing exactly that same thing with the turkey over here. And we're going to let's paint our boards first. So I'm going to do 2 of them are going to be done with the watered down brown. Okay. And then this one's going to be white. Let's do the white one first so we don't make a mistake and do the wrong color. You can work on those areas. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Some people are doing shows and they're not going to be there till Monday, but that's actually fine because we'll get all the other stuff set up. I did have some people that say that they would volunteer time to help with setup. And I'm like, oh, we can probably have use some help in the craft swap area. Yeah, it's not like last time. Last time I had an entire truck full of craft swap bins that I brought in on the 3rd day of setup because we had Saturday setup, we had Sunday setup, and then Monday I didn't have anything to do, so I brought in all of the bins and Judy and I sat there and tagged everything for the craft swap. Okay, so white for this, and I'm just smoothing it out. Okay, so we're gonna do we won't. Oh, I guess I could do all of the white first because white needs 3 coats. But on this sign, I probably will only do one coat. But if people are wondering what is craft swap is an area that we put all of our craft supplies that we no longer use that we want to sell. Okay, this is white, this is white. This is white and this is white. Okay. So for instance, I had a ton of ribbon that I no longer use and I sold the rolls for $1 a piece. Or if I had a bundle, I'd sell them for like $2 or $3. I had some wood pieces. Oh, I do have wood pieces that I can bag up that we sold for $1 a piece. I had some paint that was like the great big things of paint that I sold. So it's things like that we have a section. Okay, this is the watered down one. This one and this one are going to use the watered down brown. I have a different thing for that. And so I had a ton. I think this is the watered down one. Or is this? Oh, that's the watered. Guys. Okay, here we go. So this one might be a slightly different brown. Okay. It's okay. It's all right. Guess what? There's a little something in there that's catching. If I squeeze too tight, it's going to go blurp and I'm going to have it all over the place. Okay, so this is milk chocolate watered down. And then I actually have a different color over here. That's okay. That's okay that they're 2 different browns. It doesn't matter. I'm fine. It's fine. You know what I want to have someday? A transfer that says don't sweat the small stuff and it's all small stuff. I need to check and see if that is copyrighted because I would love for Chalk Couture to do that and I'm going to suggest it. It was a book. Do you think the sayings may be copyrighted? It might be, but I would love to have a t-shirt that has that on that because guys, that's kind of like my trademark saying. Don't sweat the small stuff and it's all small stuff because I'm always saying that because in life it is. It all works out. I was kind of worried because With this craft show, so Judy's been in charge for how many years, Judy? 39 years, 40 years. And then I purchased it from her, and she's mentoring me. And so she's helping me with everything. Anyways, and she's still participating in the show. So this show has been going on forever, and there's other shows going on at the same time. It's always kind of this time of year, it's kind of hard because people do multiple shows, and I don't do multiple shows at one time, but we're kind of lean on crafters. But then I did the floor plan, and we're perfect. And I was like, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. It's all small stuff in life. So anyways, I need a t-shirt that says that. I do. I need a t-shirt that says that because, guys, it's so true. It is so true. And let me just get the little corners here. It is so true. It's all small stuff. Oh, my tummy keeps growling. Do you hear it? Yes, it is copyrighted. Oh, maybe we can get permission. Yeah, I knew the book because I've read the book. My dad gave me the book. But possibly they will give us permission to, Peanut's, yeah, Peanut's birthday is today. And guess what? I even had a reminder. From Jenny about that. Yes. I forgot the anniversary. Yes, today is Peanut's 75th anniversary. Sometimes I forget things. You guys, you just have to hold my hand through it all. Okay. Honestly, I need a lot of hand holding lately. So thank you for the reminder, even though I forgot. Well, I was on a 2-hour Zoom meeting last night, so I have to say that I do have a little bit of an excuse, just a little bit. Okay, these are going to be green. I don't have a big brush that's green yet. So we're going to say this is medium Hauser green, but it really isn't. This is lush green. I just don't have any medium Hauser green in here today, but this lush green actually looks pretty darn good. Pretty darn good, guys. Okay, and gather is going to be orange. Okay, so need to do my pilgrims. Let's see, where's my orange one? We can do our gather and our pumpkins. Those are all going to be our spice pumpkin. Or don't sweat all the small stuff. Yeah, see, I bet you could get permission. If we explained what it was for, I bet you can purchase permission to use the same, like it would be like a license deal or something. I love that though. I wouldn't use it without that. I actually asked Brandy and Angie, how do they determine things like that? Because once upon a time we had a transfer that was made, the Country Girl one, and Country Girl is copyrighted and they couldn't sell it. So, and we couldn't use it for things that we resold. So I always try to think about that. Okay, eyeballs are white. This is white. I'm just getting my second coats on here. I forgot to do the eyeballs. Okay, the buttons are brown. I can do that. I'm kind of just going back and forth. Sorry, guys. I am a jumbled mess this morning. Yep. All right. Okay, so let's do some of our feathers. Birds of a feather flock together. Right? Okay. Let me bring in it's going to be the same color scheme. So these feathers here, this is the same exact turkey, just smaller, so it fits on the blocks. The other turkey that we did was the freebie, and it's going to be a stander. It's going to stand on your table. This one's going to be the blocks that go into the blah, 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 into, it's going to go into your blocks are going to go into the ladder. Can Darlene talk? Sometimes I can talk. Sometimes I stumble on my words, but I always figure it out, or you guys figure it out for me. Sometimes I have to say, it starts with this letter. Because my brain is getting old. Sometimes I struggle. Sometimes I struggle with words. Sometimes I forget things. Sometimes I just do. It's just, I feel like as we get older, sometimes we just need a little helping hand from our friends. And you guys are there for me. All right, so let me put that there. Let me do the second coat on the eyeballs. Eyeballs. Someone could gift it to you, not sell. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Does someone know how to do that? I think they do. I think someone's saying that. Okay, let's do the face part. Let's do our, I'm going to scooch this up. Guys, I'm going to scooch this up so that I have some room for my palette dishes because I'm worried I'm going to spill on there. Yeah, that would be fun. I would love to have a couple of things that have that on them. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff because that is kind of my motto in life. That is you guys, I say that to you guys all the time. And there's no crying and chalking. I think they should do one that says there's no crying and chalking. I'm going to suggest that because guess what? When we have an oopsie doodle, which oopsie doodles happen, there's no crying. We just fix it because why are we going to cry? We're not going to cry. When we have an oopsie doodle, yeah, we're just going to fix it because we know how. We know how to fix our oopsies. We just keep going. So it's like when you fell for the first time when you're riding your bike. Did you say, no more, I'm not going to ride my bike anymore because I might fall? Or did you pick your butt up and keep going? Because I knocked my front tooth sideways. Not really, just a little bit. My front tooth is a little bit crooked because when I was a child, I hit it on my handlebar and I didn't stop riding my bike. I got my butt up and I kept going because I'm not a giver-upper. Did they bring you? They did bring me special transfers for my Diva Day. Yeah. If you can spread butter, you can chalk. Perfect. That's another one too. Yeah. Hi, Laura. How are you? I heard about copyrighted stuff you couldn't sell. So the copyrighted one was don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. So I just have a couple of sayings that I say all the time that I think that we should do. There's no crying and chalking. Yep. I mean, there's just a few things. So, I need to dig those transfers out. They're actually in a stack on my coffee table, and it is my business name, DIY Crafts with Dar, and they did it a couple of different ways. And then they also did a saying about hitting your million. So $1 Million Diva or something like that. Okay, so this color is alizarin crimson. The yellow was deep ochre. Our orange is spiced pumpkin. The green is actually lush, but you could do any green. You could do any green. So you rode your bike right into a bush the first time. Yeah. You know, I remember I got my bicycle at Christmas time, and the roads were there's a little bit of snow on them. And my mom said, you probably shouldn't ride it. And like, I want to ride it. I learned how to ride my bike in the snow on Christmas Day, and my handlebars twisted, and I fell, and my mouth went right into the handlebars and knocked my permanent tooth a little bit crooked, and it's still just a little bit crooked. And I kept going. I didn't stop. I never let anything in my life that it might have crippled me for a short time. I'm not going to say that I didn't stop in my tracks and stop doing something because I had something horrible happen, because I did. I might have crawled up in a ball in the corner sometimes when things happen, but I eventually got my butt up and said, stop feeling sorry for yourself, Darlene. You need to keep going. You know, I think the Chloe thing was the worst in my whole life. The whole Chloe thing has been the worst in my entire life, but a lot of good has come out of it. You know, a lot of good has come out of what happened with Chloe. You know, sometimes God gives you those things because you need to go through them. You know, sometimes you got to go through the hard things in life. and you don't stop. You just keep going. So, and I always hope that I can inspire people to do the same. That maybe something that I say will help someone, because you know, life is hard. Life is hard. It really is. I'm going to put just a little bit of white here and there on here so that it's kind of variegated, kind of like it's not completely solid. If that makes sense. Okay. All right. And then we're going to get black. We need to do black. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. I knew I was gonna sneeze. What do you? Oh, about ducks in a row. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'll have to think about that one. So I don't have my ducks in a row. They are all quacking all over the place. I'll have to think what the exact thing is that I say, because I never really have my ducks in a row. My ducks are always out there quacking around somewhere. But I'll have to think about it. But I do have my sayings that just pop into my head. And then I was sharing with Brandy and Angie my things that I do in life when sorry, I talk a lot about that, but the things that I do in life when I have something really bad happening and I need to pull myself out of it. I have a couple of funny things that I think about. And the one funniest thing, and I've told you guys about it, but not everybody's heard it. So one thing that can always make me laugh is one of our friends. This was way back when my first husband was in the military. One of our friends was washing his car at the car wash. And you know how the wand has a lot of pressure? And so you pull back on the wand and the water squirts out, and you're holding it with all your might so that it doesn't get out of control. Well, it got out of control. And it slipped out of his hand. And the wand continued around his car and basically beat the car. Like beat dents in the car, and he's chasing the wand around the car wash, and you can't turn it off. There's not an emergency off. You have to wait for the timer to finish. There was nothing he could do. He couldn't switch it to something else. It wasn't working. It just was beating the heck out of him and his car, chasing him around the car wash. And I told him about that. I'm like, that's one of the things that I tuck away in my memory to think about when I'm having a horrible day. I think about our poor friend Jay Yaki being chased in the car wash by the wand. and it makes me laugh. And until the day I leave this world, I will laugh about that. And there's just a few things in my head that I think about when I'm having just a horrible, terrible, no good day. I just think about things like that. So, anyways, do you have things like that, or am I the only weirdo that has things like that can always make them smile, make them laugh? Do you guys have things like that? Because I don't know if I'm just weird. Maybe. Okay, I gotta do the face, another coat on the face. And then I think we're good. Okay, make sure you choose the right brush, Darlene. You fly by the seat of your pants always. Yeah, I always fly by the seat of my pants. Always. Yep. I plan things, but I just kind of do it. I just go. I just do it. That's like this. I didn't know if I'd be able to do the other turkey, if it would fit. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it fits. If it does, if it fits, it ships. Oh no. And you're like, okay, I definitely got a lot of sleep last night, and I had 1 cup of coffee is all, but I'm like full of it this morning. I am full of everything. Okay. I think that I need to do the eyeballs. I need to do cheekies. Let's dry, and then we can do that. I didn't get my color out for my cheekies. I think I want to do cheeks. You don't put a smile on them, Pilgrims are famous for not having a mouth or a smile, and these don't. But let's dry, and then I'll get a thing for that. All right. You know what? I once upon a time rode my son's little dirt bike into a barbed wire fence. Oh my goodness, that was not fun. Well, I have to do the stems on the pumpkins. I have to do that. Yeah. I actually didn't ride his dirt bike again. It was just a little dirt bike, and he's like, "Mom, just take it for a ride." I'm like, "Sure, why not?" I didn't ride it again because I didn't want to damage it. I'm like, "Okay, darling, stick to your quad." My quad is much better than riding the dirt bike because the quad had all four wheels on the ground until I had my accident with the quad, and then that was it. You know, I'll stick to the buggy. I'll stick to the Jeep. It's probably more safe for me to do that. All right, so let me grab something to do, cheekies. You send your team a daily work email with our inventory that they need to be worked on, and it includes funny pictures at the end with make it a great day. Oh, I love that. I love that. Thanks, Laura. Thanks for sharing that. That's so cool. It's important. It's important to help people with their mental health because people struggle. And in that, I mean, we have to help people be happy. Okay? It's not that we have to be their psychiatrist, but we can be the good in the world. Okay? So another saying I like is be the good in the world that you would like to see. So I think I told you guys that we had our auras read and that my aura is white, which they said was a really good thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Which basically means that you're spiritual, you're happy with your life. My friend Becky sent me all the things that it meant. And I thought, oh, that really is me. It really is me. So anyways, if you're into that kind of stuff, which I've never had my aura read because, and I don't know if I believe all of it or not, but it was kind of interesting to me. Okay, I need to do the cheekies on the other pumpkin. No, the other turkey, not the other pumpkin, the other turkey. So I'm just going to grab that and do it. So yeah, I have a white aura, which means spiritual. And also kind of means that your life is what is a good thing. You know, it's what you want it to be. I don't know. I have to go back and read it all. It was kind of interesting. So, hey, Lisa, how are you? All right, so let me see what I need to do. Eyeballs. I need to do the brown here. Oh, yeah. So I need to mix that brown again. So let's do eyeballs first. Let's do the eyeballs first. We need to do the eyeballs on our pilgrims and on our turkey. So we have our... Oh, on the nose part too. Okay, so I have my stylus, and I am just going to use my stylus to do those because it's easy peasy, rather than trying to use a little teeny tiny brush. I should do white highlights on their cheekies. I usually do. So I try to be consistent so that when somebody goes to my craft booth and they're looking at everything, that things blend together. Because I will take these blocks and I'll put them on an easel at my craft show. I don't keep my stuff. I would have way too much. My husband would just like, if I kept everything that I make, my poor house would be overflowing. And I would be out the door. So I do usually sell everything that I make. I take it to my show and sell it. I'll put it on an easel. Okay, eyeballs. I'll do the white dots, I'll do the stem, and then we can dry, and then we can start shading. We're going to use our ink pad to do shading. Your favorite saying is, don't let anyone steal your joy. Yes, yes. I love that. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Perfect. And the other thing is, don't complain about people sucking the life out of you if you keep giving them the straw. I love that one. And you have to really think about that. So you know, there's so many things that, oh, these people, they are sucking the life out of me because, you know, they want this and they want that. Sometimes you just have to say no. If you let people do something and then you complain about it, that's, you know, you don't have any right to complain about things when you allow things to happen. Okay, I can't find my brush that I used. Where's my little brush? Honestly, maybe I reused it for something. Okay, I need to mix the brown with a little bit of white to just lighten it up for the stem. I don't want it as dark as the turkey. I want it a little bit lighter. And I can't find, sable brown would be perfect. So we're kind of trying to mix this to be like sable brown. And we're going to do the stem part. So the monthly kit is ready to purchase. Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. If you can't get it right now, it's going to be there. I'm not going to say you got to get it by this date or you don't get it, because I just don't do that. I don't play that way. I want everybody to be able to, you know, it's funny. It's not that I want everybody to have a trophy or anything like that, but I want everybody to be able to feel like they can afford things. You know, I want things to be available for them. I asked Judy, I'm like the fairest person out there on stuff. I always want to be kind and treat others the way that I want to be treated. So yeah, I try to live my life that way. I'm gonna be honest. There's times that I fail. There's times that I have to look at what my actions and go, really, Darlene? Really? You can do better. Yeah, there are times when I have to put myself in check. But don't we all? Don't we all just sometimes look in the mirror and go, really? Really? What were you thinking? because none of us are perfect. But as long as we keep striving to be the best that we can be, that's all that we can ever ask of ourselves, is to be our best us. You know, our best us might not be the same as somebody else's best. So I just feel like having this chat today, guys. This kind of just a chat to kind of look at ourselves and go, you know, who are we and what do we stand for, and you know, how do we treat others? How do we treat others, and how is God looking at us and the things that we do for our fellow man and our fellow woman and our fellow dog and our fellow cat? You know, there's just a lot that I think about. Our world's hard. We're struggling. There's many things going on that are a struggle, and people are taking sides, and I feel like the enemy, the devil is making us choose sides, and I don't want to do that. I love you all. I love all my friends. I choose my friends. I choose my friends. I don't choose the politics over my friends. I choose my friends because I love them, and that's who I am. Okay, let's put this together. Let's pull our pieces off, and we'll ink everything. So yeah, you can really get wrapped up in things. There's many times when I just have to snooze people because they're just having a bad month. And they can't stop spouting off, and I just have to say, you know, I just can't do it. I love you. I'm not going to unfriend you, but I just can't listen to it because I want to be your friend. So I'm just trying to share those thoughts with you guys because it's hard out there right now. It is a hard world, and we should choose to be good people. We should choose our friends over any of that stuff. Okay? Our friends might say things that we don't want to hear. That's okay. We don't have to always respond back. We can be the one that just says, you know, I just don't have to be the right one. Oh, guess what? I have to do the buckle. I have to do yellow. We can choose to just keep our mouths shut. We can choose to, you can snooze for 30 days. If you have a friend that you just are, you know, sometimes they're just having a time and they can't stop what they're saying. Just snooze them for 30 days. They're still your friend. Yep. Okay, let me put this over here. I need to do the buckle. I need to do it with the Bokra. So I forgot to do the buckle, but let's bring our other pumpkin over here. Thanks for sprinkling, Sandy. I appreciate it. Your favorite, okay. Oh, sorry. I was rereading the same exact thing. Yeah, if you have favorite sayings and you want to send it my way, I am always up to having special things sent. You know, if you want to send me a private message to encourage me, I can always use that. We all can use that. Send your friends a message that's a good positive thing. You know, so many people share the bad and the bad that's going on in the world. Let's make it a habit to share something good. Right? Okay, look at how cute this is. And then this goes on here because we are so very blessed. You know, I really thought about this last night. I love this. So very blessed. Not just blessed. We are so very blessed. Okay, let me bring this down. Let me do the buckle and then I can let this be drying. I'm going to plug in my glue gun. We'll do this one first, but let's do that buckle. Bring this in. All right, guys. Here is my debokra. I'm just going to use my stylus. Now, I could have cut this buckle out, but this particular pattern didn't have it cut out. And I'm like, you know what? It's one less thing that I'm going to lose. It's going to fall down in the laser. Okay, so let me put that right there. We'll do this one very last. Okay, so let's do that. Let's just make sure that we do these guys very last so it can dry. We'll do this one first. I just stuck my thumb in the white. Of course I did. Can I ever get through a project without sticking my finger in it? I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, let me plug in the glue gun because I'll need that for the stander. We're gonna glue together our little turkey. But we have to ink everything. I'm going to grab some Q-tips because I like to use those pointy Q-tips. They work. Okay, there's that. Here's my ink pad. Okay, going to scooch this over. We're going to do this part first. This is the stand that this goes into. And we are going to ink around the outside part. We are going to ink around it. There we go. All right. And then I probably need to re-ink my ink pad. Do I have my thing in here? I'm looking. No, I think I might have taken it in the other room. You can re-ink those. They have the little jars of the ink to just put more ink. Instead of having to buy a whole new ink pad, you can buy, I don't need very much just in here. Oh, and there's a little tiny piece. You can buy the little bottle and re-ink your ink pad. It actually works great. Okay, there's that. I'm not going to ink on the whites on this. I do need to do the eyeball because there's like a separation, but I want this to be bright. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take each piece apart. And we're going to go around it. I'm going to take the ink pad and do the lines here. I'll use the ink pad to do that. But right here on my, let me go closer, see if I can get in a little bit closer for you guys. Will it go? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm going to kind of draw a little line. There's some scoring there. You can see where it is, but then it makes it look like two eyeballs and not just one. Okay, so can you see what I did? I just went along there with the Q-tip. I dipped the Q-tip onto my ink pad. And now I'm going to just go around things. And I am going to use my Q-tip right in between where I can't get my ink pad. I'm going to use the Q-tip. There is a little dauber thing that you can use too. But I usually just choose the Q-tips because they're really easy to get in there. And then all the rest of this, except for the lines, I can do with just the ink pad. And then we'll glue this guy together. And then once he's all dry, we'll put him in a stand. This is going to be so cute on a Thanksgiving table. So now I need to have my daughter-in-law cut out a bunch of these and paint them. She paints at night for me, but they have been getting a new roof, and so it's kind of interfered with her work this week because her dogs get so afraid of things like that. You know, people on the roof, you know, they're coming through, which my dogs would too. But okay, I'm not going to do all the little tiny lines because you can see them. Let me show you. You can see the scoring because I only put one coat of this paint. So I'm only going to do in between. So I'll grab my little Q-tip and I'll just go in between to kind of make a little bit of definition there. But I don't need to do each individual line. So there was a reason why I only put one coat of paint so you could still see those lines. So anyone else's dogs act like that? Like when you're having a repair guy there, they kind of freak out. So my daughter-in-law had to be home because her dogs, they just go into a panic. And even though they're in a kennel, it still is hard on them. So she was home with them. Okay. I think I didn't get the stem part on this. I don't know what I did. Okay, so I'm just kind of drawing these lines. So they are scored, so you can see exactly where the lines are. Can you see? That's where I'm going with these pointy Q-tips. So I just call them pointy Q-tips. When I search on Amazon, I search pointy Q-tips. They're also in your makeup section at the drugstore, and at sometimes Walmart will have them. And I buy them like 1,000 at a time. It lasts me forever. Not really. Lasts me a few months. Okay. Because I try to paint every single day. I did not get to paint yesterday because I was creating files. And I was in a meeting last night. Yeah, that always interferes. And I was doing paperwork for my other job. So, all right. Okay. Sorry. Let me write the note. Sometimes allergies. Okay. So you can see where to glue this together. You can see the pumpkin shape. You can see the head of the turkey. So let's get some glue on here. We'll get this glued in place. And then we'll glue on all of his eyeballs and his beak and his wattle and all of that. I call it a wattle. That's what I call it. Okay, make sure. So this is kind of flat on the bottom because it's going to go into here. Okay, so it's not rounded right there. It's flat because this little rectangle part is going to go into this slot. Okay, so this is the stand. We're going to glue on all the pieces. We've got all of our inking done on this one. I can see where the eyeballs go. I can see where his beak and his wattle goes. His hands are just going to go across here. So it's up, it's kind of up to you. Just kind of look at it and think, where would I want the hands to be? Where do they need to be? And you can have his eyes kind of skilwampus there. I think his hands would just kind of be over the side of the pumpkin. So let's just take our little sponge. This is a little tiny sliver of a sponge. I don't know what happened with that one. I must have cut it. That's going to go there. And then I'm going to put some glue on here. I'll just use this. Same thing. Just kind of tap, tap, tap here and there. It doesn't have to be along the whole thing. Okay, just on part of it. And then that will hold it in place. All right. So there we go. All right. Okay. And then this, I do want it to be straight and kind of centered. Okay. Not like crooked. I'm going to just do it straight across. And then we'll slide that up and that all can be drying. And then we'll put it into this once it's dry. Okay. Next. These are going to be easy peasy. And then we'll be doing the same exact thing. That's just a smaller pumpkin. Okay. So ink your edges. or don't. If you don't like that look, you do not have to do this part. You can just glue it straight on. Totally up to you. I always say that you are the artist. You get to make the decisions. That's another saying. You're the artist. You get to make the choices. You get to do it how you want to do. No one knows what it's supposed to look like unless they're watching. And then I'm still going to give you free agency to create however you want to create. You are the creator. You get to make that decision. If you want it to be purple, you can do it purple. If you want it to be black and white, you can do it black and white. You get to make the decisions, and nobody gets to tell you how your project needs to be. So there you go. There you go. All right. There's very few things on here that I would say have to absolutely be the way that I do it. Very few ever. I always say, I love when people put their own twist onto things, you know. We all are individual. We have different color schemes that we like. Our customers have different color schemes that they like. My customers are very country style. I tend to lean heavily into country. Give me cows, pigs, chickens every single day of my life, and I would be happy. Okay, there's that. I'm just going to stack it there. We'll just keep going. Thank you. Thanks, Carol. I love it. I love this one. You know, when I'm looking for files to do, I don't design everything myself anymore. I actually don't have time to do that. My life has taken a change of my responsibilities. My responsibilities in life have changed since 15 years ago when I first got my laser. I created all my own files because, well, one, there weren't people out there that sold files like this back then. The files that were sold were very basic. So I tediously created all my own stuff way back then. I'm very fortunate now that I have really good creators of files that I can choose from, that I love. I love to give them the business that they deserve to have. I purchase from them. I don't just steal their design. I purchase the design and then I share with you guys. So, yepers. Okay, so same exact thing that we did on the stander, we're doing on this pumpkin turkey. Did I send you an invoice? Oh, I didn't. I had to go. I went on to my 2-hour Zoom meeting and I totally forgot about it. I will get you that invoice. I'm sorry. I told you sometimes I need reminders. Sometimes a lot. Yeah, I was on a 2-hour Chocator Zoom meeting last night. And it was a good one. It was a good one, guys. I can't ever share those things. It's a special group. We talk about things that are confidential, but we also learn from each other. This one was more, I felt it was more training. We learned a lot from other people. So maybe things that I'll put in place in my business. Sometimes those meetings are about future things that are coming, and I actually missed the very first part, so maybe I need to talk to one of the other people and say, hey, did I miss something good at the beginning? Because I know next year there are some amazing things coming our way. I know that Chocator isn't going anywhere. You know, there were rumors that it wouldn't even be around. And it is. And I love it. And I told Brandy and Angie, you know, I'm going down with the ship. If if the ship goes down, I'll be there till the end. I'm not going anywhere. I love Chocator. I love what I do. I love the people. Oh my gosh, they're just the best. What you guys see when you go on to Design Studios and you see Brandy doing her Tales for Tuesday, and you think, gosh, I would love to be friends with this person. She is as genuine that you see on her Tales for Tuesday. She is that genuine person in person. So I've spent a lot of time with Brandy and Angie throughout my Chocator career, but not on a personal, everyday level as I did when I was in Sedona with them. I'm going to tell you that that is a once in a lifetime type thing, that you're waking up in the morning and you're having coffee with them. You're going and seeing the sunrise with them. It's an amazing thing, and I definitely earned it. And being able to do that and know the leaders within the company and just know how they are, hear about their dogs and their family and grandkids and children and all of that. It's just amazing. Brandy I'm sorry. Brandy has kids that are in sports and a daughter that graduated from high school. It just is amazing. I just loved every single thing. Getting to know them, how real they are. I mean, they just are amazing people. Just like you see. You don't see Angie on there, you guys, but Angie, I don't know if you've ever seen Angie on there. You probably saw her on a product reveal type thing. But Brandy's on every Tuesday on Tales for Tuesday, and she's on frequently. She's on there frequently, and she's as real can be. That's her. So, anyways, yeah, you find her a bit loud. She kind of, she talks, and she might be a little bit loud when she's talking, but I'm kind of that way too. I feel like I'm kind of that way. Okay, send through Messenger. Yes. Okay, perfect, Carol. I will do that. Perfect. Yeah. That's Brandy. What you see right there, that is her. That is her. Absolutely. And I love it. I just love every bit of them. So, anyways, there you go. We're almost done. I have to talk about something. Wouldn't it just be boring if I just stood here and was doing this and we didn't chat? We didn't have our little morning chat. Sometimes you just have to talk. You have to do the things. This is my therapy. I tell people all the time that crafting is my therapy. And I hope that some of the things that I do and I say will help you with your day. I hope that, being on here and being able to ask questions helps you with your projects. If you ever have a question, you need help with something, you don't have an upline that helps you. Sometimes people just sign up and their upline is a crafter that just wanted the discount like I did. But I learned how to help other people. Oops, got some on the neck part. I can help you guys. Send me a message. If I don't know the answer, I know somebody that does. I can always find out anything and everything. I have the bat phone. I can text Angie or Brandy if I need to and say, hey, I got this situation that I'd love some help with. And yeah, I've got the in now, you guys. All right. We're getting there. We are almost there. And then we'll put we'll stand on our turkey pumpkin. Yeah, we'll do that. We will do that. These are going to be so adorable, but can you believe it is already October? It's October 2nd. Holy cow. Where did the summer go? It's gone. It's October 2nd. Okay, let's glue this together. I can just plop some glue right in here because it is scored, so I know exactly where these bodies are going. So here's my boy pilgrim, and then I got my girl pilgrim. I do want to make sure that it's lined up at the bottom. Okay, I want it to be even at the bottom. So there we go. All right, so let me repeat about the snowball transfer. That's the freebie from yesterday. Make sure that if you want that, Oh, I inked that, and this is going over it. Make sure that you do your $60 purchase on the Chalk Couture website so that you can get your free snowball transfer if you want it. That's the only way that you can get it. I won't have extras. Any extras that I have, I will be keeping to use on my future projects because it's such a cutie pie. I'm going to be going, when I set up for my craft show, I know there's some other metal containers in there that I can use that transfer on. I ordered some snowballs. I gathered up all the metal containers in my house that I could find. And I'm going to make I'm going to make some little snowball buckets and sell them. So cute. So yeah, they are more than halfway through their inventory of the snowball transfer. So make sure you grab it. You can't buy it. You can only get it for free. So how will people living in Canada get their Club Couture as it is usually mailed? Oh, okay. So I know that they were trying to address that last night, that they're going to be sending it, but it's going to be in a holding area. There's somewhere that's going to hold it until the strike is over. They're hoping the strike is only a short time. But they said that they knew that they could still mail it and it's going to sit in a holding area until the strike was over. That's all that I know. I can ask again for them to clarify that. Okay, so this is going in here and then I'm going to glue the back. So they also said if you want to order other things and you want your club to go with it, that you can send them a message and say, hey, I just placed an order. Can you put my Club Couture with it? And they will combine it with it for you. So let me clarify on that, and I'll make a post. I don't remember exactly what they said. And I think they're still trying to decide because I know they are on strike. I saw that on my Etsy shop that on my Etsy store, they won't allow us to send it because they won't allow it to just be sitting there on Etsy. So right now on Etsy, if I wanted to, which we don't ship to Canada anymore on Etsy because we had issues, but I wouldn't even be able to. They've blocked my ability to take orders for Canada at the moment. So I'm hoping it's short-lived, but I'll let you know because they do have a plan. They have a plan. Okay, I got that glued. So that needs to cool down a bit, but I'm going to turn it because I'm going to put these blocks into the ladder. I'm going to bring the ladder up. If you're just new and you're just starting out, you can catch up. You have to buy this. Let me go smaller so you can see the whole thing. So this is the ladder. It's a house ladder. This is the large one. Okay. So there is a small ladder that we've had previously, but this is the house ladder. I put these in here to help hold this in. I want to put my turkey on the top. I think he's cute on the top. And then I usually put my seine in the center. You can do whatever you want to do if you want to do it differently. But this is so darn cute. Okay, let me put you up to me and I'll show you. And then we'll be done. And I can go wash all my stuff. And I can call my boss back. Yep, that was my boss calling. Look at how darn cute that is. You guys, this is so perfect for Thanksgiving, isn't it? I love it. Okay, I'm going to give you the link again. Let me just lay that down. So this is a leaner. It's like you can put this at your front door. You can put it at your, in your entryway. If you have a fireplace, you can lean it up against that. Let me just give you the link so you can easily go to that and you can order. And then, oops, it says something went bad. Oh, it might be down. Oh, no, there we go. Sometimes I just don't know. Let me give you, it keeps telling me something's wrong. Sometimes Shopify goes down, but let me try to get to it. It keeps blinking. Something's wrong. Yeah, sometimes they have a glitch. Okay, let me get the link so you can grab this. I'm going to add that. I'm going to add this by itself. Okay, now my Facebook thing is spinning. All right. Thank you guys. on my phone, my Facebook thing is spinning. I can't give you the code at this second. Oh, here we go. It just reopened. My internet must have gone down for a moment. Let me find the thing here. Let me give you the link for this. And then this is the website. Remember, everything is 30% off except for monthly kits aren't ever 30% off because they're already discounted. You can't do that. Can't double dip. All right. I love you guys. I hope you love it. We will do the Christmas one and we will do the hello sign insert another day. All right, I have the Christmas ones already painted for you to look at those, but the hello sign, we'll do that one next because I'll need to paint that. All right, love you guys. Have a fantastic day. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday already.